voices. One Arizona mother shared her story of a kidnapping hoax. It sounded all too real. Ariel Rusha through the details. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, George. We've reported on these kidnapping scams where a perpetrator falsely claims they're holding a loved one hostage and demands ransom. This case is the latest eerie example of how criminals can use technology to manipulate your own voice or someone you love to prey on your worst fears. This morning, an urgent warning from an Arizona mom who says she was the victim of a terrifying voice cloning hoax. I just walked inside and started screaming for help. Jennifer DeStefano says when she recently received a call from an unknown number, she almost didn't answer. But her 15-year-old daughter, Brianna, was on a skiing trip and she worried it could be an emergency. So she picked up. And it's my daughter's voice crying and sobbing, saying, "Mom." And I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" She's like, "Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me." DeStefano says a man demanded ransom in exchange for Brianna. He didn't want a wire transfer, but instead told her he'd pick her up. I started to wonder, if these people were, asking to track my mom and, pick her up, they could have obviously been, putting some information together to try and track me or some of my siblings to actually make this a reality. So it definitely scared me. Within minutes, they confirmed her daughter was safe. She says it was all a scheme using artificial intelligence to replicate her daughter's voice. Most people in the modern age have some form of an online identity and have probably spoken in some way, in some aspect that's been recorded, especially if you're under the age of 25. So this becomes very, very challenging as we move into a future where we do have these AI generators or synthetic audio when it comes to verification and validation. Experts caution anyone with the right software can clone voices in just a matter of seconds. There's a lot of positive and exciting aspects about these technologies, but then, of course, they also come with a lot of risks and harms. It's a good thing to remember, and experts say scammers who use voice cloning technology often find that audio on social media. So how do you protect yourself? Maybe keep your profile private on that setting that only allows you to approve who is accessing it. And also, if you're getting a call from an unfamiliar area code or an international number, that can be an immediate red flag. Guys.
All right, great advice there, Ariel. Thank you so much. Well, hey there, GMA fans.
All right. Want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kadesh, the ones to the elders and apostles, telling the truth. All right. And I'm going to open it up with Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. All right, and with this new technology and all everything they coming up, they are truly trying to become wiser than Daniel. All right, and that is the whole reason for the chip and all that. And then what they using it to, they talking about your biometrics being stolen. Things like your voice, your retina, um, fingerprints, could be stolen. So that's gonna be one of the pushes for this whole microchip society, to keep your identity from being stolen. They gotta add your chip in your biometrics. They gonna hit that angle. All right, this is Ezekiel 28th chapter. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasury. And that's what Babylon the Great has used to take control of this world. And by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic has thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore I will bring upon thee the trouble of the nations, and they should draw their swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom, and they should defile thy brightness. All right, because when they really try to push this new world order and push the fit, this ship, all the other nations are gonna rise up against Babylon the Great and destroy this place. All right, But it say in Romans, they should hate the whore and make her desolate and naked and burn her with fire. That is coming to Babylon. They should bring thee down to the pit, and thou should die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the sea. Wilt thou yet say before him that slays these, I am God, but thou should be a man and no God, and in the hands of him that slays these. Alright, so this is what awaits, um, this place, Babylon the Great. Alright. And for the wicked of our people, the 10th verse. Thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hands of strangers. For I have spoken it, said Yahweh our power. Alright. So, 2/3 of our own people are going to be caught up in that second death. That is the fire and brimstone that's going to burn Babylon the Great. Now, this is Proverbs, the 26th chapter, 26th verse. Right? Who hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness should be shown before the whole congregation, because the whole world is going to see what they're doing. Who diggers a pit shall fall therein. So when you dig a hole for one person, you're going to fall in it. All right, because we can see with this AI technology, eventually, they're going to start cloning brothers' voices, seeing brothers say stuff they didn't see, and editing fake videos together and just changing everything always around. All right, you can see where they can head, because this is some very dangerous and very wicked and very evil technology they got, just to be able to fake people's voices and what people are seeing and what's being done. Who diggers a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolls a stone, it shall return upon him. So all this evil that they doing is going to return upon them. All right? All right? And with all this, great evil, everything is going to work out for the elect in the end. All right? A lying tongue hate those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth works ruin. All right, so tell you to watch. What you say. Another one of those scriptures that go into it. Now, let me get Second Ezra, the 5th chapter, 2nd verse. But the iniquity should be increased above that which now thou seest, and that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root should thou see wasted suddenly. So the Lord said, he's going to destroy the land suddenly. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun should suddenly shine again in the night and the moon thus in the day. So if you make it through all the trouble and tribulations, it's going to be all good, especially for the elect of his people that make it into the kingdom. All right? And blood should drop out of the wood, and stones should give his voice, and the people should be troubled. And even he shall rule whom they look not for that dwell upon the earth, and the fowls should take their flight away together. All right? And the solemnish sea should cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which may have not known, but they should all hear the voice thereof. And there should be a confusion also in many places. So things like this technology is definitely going to lead and cause the confusion. And the fire should be offset out again, and the wild beasts should change their places, and minstrel women should bring forth monsters. All right, and we're seeing it for sure in today's society with these bad kids that these women are producing. All right, and the salt water should be found in the sweet, and all friends should destroy one another, and then should with hide itself, right? Uh, and then should with hide itself in understanding, withdraw itself into his secret chambers. So knowledge is gonna begin to decrease. Is what that's getting into. All right, and should be sought a minute and yet not be found, and then should the unrighteous and uncomfortable be multiplied upon the earth. And one land also should I ask another and say, is righteousness that makes a man righteous gone through thee? It should say no. Alright, and I'm just gonna skip over to Matthew, the 24th chapter, 12th verse. Alright. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that should endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, for all this wickedness is going to happen, whoever make it to the end is going to be saved. All right. And this gospel of the kingdom should be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And now we'll witness the gospel of the kingdom being preached right now. It's going out across the whole world, even as we speak. All right, and I'm gonna end this one with Proverbs. One out of Proverbs 29:16. All right. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous should see their fall. All right. So when all this wickedness, is being multiplied, things are just gonna get worse and worse. But the righteous is gonna see the fall of all this wickedness. All right. And then with that, I'm gonna say, Shalom.